Today on the channel, we build the William Regal Build-A-Figure, and we rank the entire SummerSlam 2025 Mattel Elite Wave from my least favorite to my favorite.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Build-A-Figure build plus set rankings. And today we're taking a look at the 2025 SummerSlam set, and of course with William Regal as the Build-A-Figure. And then in the back half of this very video, we're going to rank the entire wave from my least favorite to my favorite, so stick around for that, of course. But let's knock out William Regal first. Very excited to get William Regal back in the Mattel line. We did get a modern day at the time William Regal, and then we did get a flashback to WCW William Regal, Lord Steven to be exact. Now we got a commissioner version. Have to imagine we're going to see some more William Regals in 2025, 2026 timeframe. We need to get a man's man Steve Regal. Wouldn't be shocked to see them revisit some of the past ones as well, maybe in the greatest hits. But this is one a lot of people are looking for as well, is the Build-A-Figure, and this is a 2-in-1 Build-A-Figure, as you got two different looks for Lord Steven Regal, William Regal, Bill Regal, whatever you want to call him, going on right here. But of course, for all your SummerSlam 2025 wrestling figure needs, make sure you're hitting up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. You know the drill by now. But let's dive into William Regal first. Let's look at the accessories here. Now, we do get two fisted hands, and then we get two regular hands. So choose your own adventure between the two. But I do love that the left hand on both of these does come with the brass knuckles. Of course, he was born naughty, as we know. Once upon a time, we even had a Jakks figure that said that. And we will do some William Regal comparisons in this video as well. But you get to choose your own adventure. You have to give him at least one fist. Just one fist at least. But now diving into the head sculpt, so we'll start with the younger version first. We do got William Regal here with the black eye and the bandage above his eyes. Little battle damage action there, looking very, very nice. Got the dark hair, and of course you got that mean mugging face that he was always so good at. Just looking like absolutely disgusted at all times. So a fabulous head right there. Of course, 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth. Playing those disgusted human hits. Second one is more of a current day William Regal. This reminds me of him over in AEW possibly, or of course him as his time as the NXT commissioner over there at NXT, general manager of NXT running the show. So I do like the options right here, and I was like, man, I'm gonna have to buy another one of these, but I think I found a fix for my collection. We'll talk about it here in a little bit once we get through this figure. But I do like both these head sculpts. Both of these head sculpts, I know exactly who it is when I take a look at these here. But let's dive into the figure itself. And first, let's look at the articulation real quick. Arms all the way around, bicep cut, double jointed, pinless elbows, hands removable back forth side to side, head removable back forth side to side, up and down. Waist articulation, of course. Everything snapped together very easily on this Build-A-Figure. He does got those splits if you do need them. Legs do go up, thigh cut, double jointed pinless knees, ankles back and forth, side to side. It's our usual suited Build-A-Figure is really what this one is. And he's really dressed in black. Got the black sport jacket on, the black arms, of course. Black down to the boots, or I should say the dress shoes in this one. You got the black pants on there, and then a little brown shirt underneath there, and you do got a little bit of a mustard colored tie going on. Not a ton going on, but you're not looking for all the bells and whistles. This isn't Rey Mysterio here. This is a guy in a suit, really, at the end of the day. But definitely does work for a Commissioner William Regal. There's no doubt about it. You want him running NXT, you want him running the WWE, choose your own adventure. And of course, should fit on a ringside collectible stand. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. There it is right there. And then this is probably my favorite William Regal figure from Mattel. Have to imagine we might see this one in a future greatest hits line. I would not be shocked to see that. I do like the head sculpt a whole lot on this one as well. But very, very cool to get his wrestling gear years. And then, of course, his commissioner time between two different times in his WWE career. We also got him back in the day. You know me, I'm a classics guy, but I'm also a Jakks Ruthless Aggression guy. We did get the Commissioner Regal once upon a time from Jakks. Always fun to compare these Mattel figures to ones from Jakks about 20 years ago or so, which is always pretty wild. And then last but certainly not least, I got another one I was thinking about here. Now, I talked about how I wanted to use both heads for him. Well, I had an idea. I forgot I had this Ted DiBiase on my NWO shelf. If I'm not mistaken, this is an old basic Triple H figure from back in the day, and we got a lot of different Legends Ted DiBiases that came with extra heads. So I used one of those extra heads on this body, and it was a perfect NWO Ted DiBiase, or you could even say Steiner Brothers manager Ted DiBiase. But we do know in the Monday Night Wars, we are going to get a Ted DiBiase Build-A-Figure basically doing this, which means I don't really need this in my collection anymore because I will have that Ted DiBiase to replace it. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to pop the head off this Ted DiBiase, put it back in my parts bin, and then I got my second William Regal head sculpt, and I'm going to pop that right on this Ted DiBiase figure, like so, and there it is. Now, perfectly right here, I got a second William Regal. Now, I know there's probably a lot of you guys, and maybe you gals even out there, who knows, shout out to the gals out there, that probably want to display both these heads. That would be my pro tip advice. Track down that Triple H basic from back in the day, track down any of these other suited basics, and you can easily make both versions. Or, of course, you can buy another Build-A-Figure set if you want to. You really don't have to buy 3 figures because the heads come together in one, so you could get away with that. But either way, this was an easy one for me to do. This is my plan right here. I'm not sure which head I'll use between the bodies. I'll have to figure that one out, which one feels better to me. But it is an easy way to get use out of this version of William Regal as well, is my plan right there. So pretty fun Build-A-Figure. Obviously not the greatest Build-A-Figure in the world, but not the worst as well. A figure we definitely needed, and I guess it is nice to get this as a throw-in instead of taking maybe an elite spot or something like that. But it is worked pretty good for me. But how's it work for you? Let me know in the comments your thoughts on this William Regal figure. And of course, now we got to rank the entire wave from my least favorite to my favorite. All right, time to rank 2025 Mattel Elite SummerSlam Wave from my least favorite to my favorite. We got 5 figures in the set. Of course, as usual, going to start at number 5, work our way to number 1. Number 1 being my absolute favorite figure of the series. Once again, this is my list, so it's 100% right. You know how that goes. But put your list down in the comments below, and we're going to kick it off right now, of course, at number 5. And number 5 I went back and forth on, but I did settle in. And I really settled in on this one a little bit because it just didn't feel like there was a lot of meat on the bone here. It didn't feel like there was enough difference to make this one really, really super special. What are we talking about? We're talking about Triple H. We've had a lot of Triple H's very similar. Nice to get the new ankle articulation. Of course, nice to get the updated joints and stuff. But besides that, not a ton of meat on the bone. Now, I appreciate it does match the HBK from their SummerSlam match. So I do like that. That helps that one a little bit. But as far as everything else is concerned right here, this was an easy choice for me coming in at number 5. But number 4, this was a figure I actually like a lot more than I thought. Going into this, I kind of thought this might be number 5, but she is going to settle in at number 4. It is Charlotte Flair. Maybe a little bit out of date now. Of course, she does change her look a lot, as we talked about in that review. I will say the joints, especially on the ankles and the feet here, a little bit loose. Very hard figure to stand. So a little quality issues with mine. Once again, your mileage may vary. But a respectable Charlotte, a pretty good Charlotte, better than a lot of Charlottes we've had over the years. Constant learning, constant improvement. We're seeing it with Charlotte Flair. Have to imagine we got a lot more Charlotte Flairs in our near future here, of course, with her coming off the Royal Rumble win, and we'll see what happens at WrestleMania here in 2025. So now we got 5 and 4. Now we're down to number 3. And number 3 is a figure I liked a lot more than I thought I would as well. We're going to Roman Reigns right here. I love these smiling head sculpts. Now, this figure does hold back a little bit because it didn't feel like he was very smiley at the time, so it does feel a little bit strange. He also should have had a title belt with him. It felt weird not getting that with him there. But I do like the updated head sculpts. I do like the smiling sculpts for Roman. Really, really good head sculpts. There's no mistaking who that is on these, so they will work for some people. But once again, with Roman, we've had so many similar Romans over the last, 5 years, whatever it's been. Maybe it doesn't feel as special as it does to maybe some others out there. I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments. Now we're down to the final 2, and it's a pick 'em. There's things I like and dislike about both of these, and as a whole, not the strongest wave, I don't think, as far as these pay-per-view series. Feels like figures we needed to get out there, but didn't feel as special as maybe some other waves. And they can't all be the best wave of all time. We get that too. But down to the final 2 right here. And this could change tomorrow. It's very close to me, but I'm going to go I believe HBK at number 1 and William Regal at number 2. Now, Commissioner Regal, very fun. Obviously, it's just a guy in a suit, so it doesn't feel crazy special. He gets bonus points for the extra hand with the brass knuckles in there, the old knuckle dusters, and then the 2 different head sculpts so you could really choose your own adventure. I like that a whole lot. But at the end of the day, it is a guy in a suit, but it is the return of him to the line, so there's a lot of excitement about that as well. And the HBK is number 1 for me. I like the extra chaps and stuff he came with. I am not going to display him on him. I'm probably going to display him this way. I wish the head sculpt was a little bit better. I'm sick of the face on this Shawn Michaels, but it was such a moment in time, and possibly, I'd have to sit and do the math, but could be my favorite Shawn Michaels match of all time. So there's a lot going for this one here. I like that he's in his street fight gear. It's old school, hands taped up. He's got the cowboy boots on. He's got the jeans on, the white shirt. Feels very cool, very outlaw, very old school bunkhouse fight, stuff like that. I love the cowboy boots. A little weak in the ankles once again, but I love the cowboy boots added to this as well. So pretty easy for him to be number 1, with William Regal a strong number 2. And that's how I rank the SummerSlam 2025 Elite Series. Once again, be very curious to see how you rank this series in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We are dangerously close to 50,000 subscribers. Need your guys' help. If we can hit 50,000 subscribers by the end of the month, we'll do 5 giveaways on this very YouTube channel, so you don't want to miss out on your chance for a giveaway. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and tell a friend. How about that? Check out the Patreon for early access to both YouTube channel videos, all kinds of content every single day. ProWrestlingTees.com, search Kyle Peterson. Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. And of course, now on TikTok. So for SummerSlam 2025 Elites, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?